Hi everyone, this is Jolanta Kolleg, and today I'd like to speak to you about how you can stay mentally well and healthy during this crisis. Since the schools have closed a few weeks ago, so that pubs, restaurants, shops and all other facilities, people are staying at home, isolated from their families and friends. And of course, how do we feel? We worry, we're anxious, we're fearful, some of us even panicky. We worry about our own health. Am I safe? How about my children, my parents and my grandparents? How is this going to affect the economy? Am I safe with my job? How long is this going to carry on, this situation? What will happen in the future, tomorrow, next week, next month, or even next year? It will surely have loads of effects on what is going on right now. But one thing I'd like already to tell you, living in the future does not help us at all. We don't know what will happen. So why destroying today's happiness because we're thinking in the future? Try to focus on each single day. Be in the moment, enjoy the day as it is and what you have today. My first advice is avoid watching or reading news. Because what happens, the constant watching of news causes even more uncertainty and fear. And of course, we don't want to be experiencing this negativity all day long. So what I would advise you, either if you can do it, avoid watching the news completely, or if you can't, if you still want to keep being informed what is going on, just do it once a day. And that's absolutely enough. Myself, I'm not watching any news. If I want to get some info what is going on, I will ask my partner or anyone else, but I'm just avoiding as much as possible to be surrounded of the fear, because what the news are constantly doing to us as well, to our minds, they create even more fear, even more anxiety and panic. The second advice is keep as much as possible a positive routine for yourself, a daily routine. I know many of us are currently at home, so we don't have a normal routine that we always have, being surrounded of children. If you do keep a normal routine as much as possible, waking up in the morning, doing something for yourself, doing something with the children, doing some exercise, cooking some nice dinner, all of these things, they still give you a routine and you have got a structure throughout the day. Because what happens if we do wake up later in the day, if we do stay the whole day in pajamas, it doesn't make us feel good. We start feeling lazy and we're developing a really bad routine for ourselves. So therefore, stick to a good routine for yourselves. The third advice I'd like to give you is practice self-love. Practicing self-love is so powerful. Do something good for yourself. So what do I mean with self-love? It's very simple. Self-love is a practice to care for yourself, to do something nice for yourself. Every single day, take yourself as your priority. Because once you look after yourself, you can of course look after anybody else around you. But if you are not well yourself, it's impossible to look after other people. So make sure you are well, do something good for yourself. You could start a really positive morning routine, meditating, listening to some positive affirmations, reading something positive, whatever it is, but start the day nice and positive and do something for yourself. Take the time for yourself. And afterwards, it's much easier dealing with the children or anyone else around us at home because you did take the time for yourself. You can also do things like having a nice bath, reading a nice book that you always wanted to read but never had the time for it. You could do an online course. You could speak to friends and family over the phone, or any other thing that you really like, any other thing that makes you happy, that fulfills you. Do it. That's the time for you to do it right now. The fourth advice is prepare yourself for the worst. So what do I mean with this? I'd like to advise you to buy a little bit more. I don't mean buying the whole shelves empty. No, it's not what I mean. What I mean is, if you usually buy 1 pack of pasta, buy 2 or 3, just to keep them in the cupboard that you will still be able to eat in the next 2 or 3 weeks. A ready soup. Instead of buying 2, you could buy 3. Again, because what it is, there are 2 benefits from that. The first one is you avoid going out. Instead of going twice a week shopping, you may go once a week, or instead of going every 4 days, you just go every 6 days. So the least you go, the better it is. It is better for yourself, and it's better for everyone else. And the second reason is, the reason that affects us mentally is the constant worrying, the constant feeling of being powerless. So in order to avoid this, you can take responsibility. And the responsibility is buying some extra food, doing sensible purchases, buying something that you will definitely eat and not wasting the food. Because if you take the responsibility, you give yourself the message, I have done everything I could. So I am prepared, I am ready, I am not powerless. I have taken responsibility and the power that I do have. And that makes us automatically feel better. The fifth advice is help and support others. Because if we help and support others, the first thing, it makes us feel better. We feel that we did something good. And I'm sure you have in the past experienced as well this wonderful emotion every time you do something for someone. It makes you feel good, it makes you feel happy, it makes you feel positive. So if you do this, if you do something positive for others, it will give you always this positive feeling. So what could you do? You could ask some friends or neighbors or family if anyone needs some help with shopping. And I don't mean going and visiting your friends, but get the shopping for them, leave it in front of the door so that you avoid direct contact and you still help someone. Another thing, just pick up the phone and call someone that you know is lonely. This person has no one to speak to. Pick up the phone, spend some time to that person, make this person's day fantastic and positive. And that will make you feel automatically good as well. So my sixth advice is, watch your wording and your thoughts. How do you evaluate this situation? Observe your thoughts and you'll realize, because thoughts and words are so powerful. What is it that is constantly going on in your head, or what is it that you're constantly saying? Is it phrases like, it's a catastrophic situation, it will be a huge crisis for the economy, it's a killer virus, or this is a huge danger? Or are you using phrases such as, how can I stay safe? What is the prevention? This is a temporary restriction. Can you see the impact of words on you? My seventh advice is, if you worry, speak. You may have experienced in the past as well. Every time we worry, we're sad, whatever emotion we have, if we share it with someone, automatically we start feeling better. So do it right now, because all of us are in the same situation. And this is the way to help each other. And if it does make you feel better, and it does reduce the fear and anxiety, speak to someone, encourage yourself, but don't get too much into this negativity again. Remember to get again out of this and start encouraging yourself of being positive, because what you don't want is to get stuck in that negative emotion. Advice number 8, use the time. So what do I mean with use the time? Well, people usually complain not having enough time for themselves, for their family, for all the things that they can do. We are rushing to work, we're collecting the kids from school, we're taking our children to different activities, and we don't have time for ourselves. Right, now we have the time. We have the time for ourselves and our children, our families. So use the time. The children are here that need you as well. So be there for them. Have some fantastic activities at home. There are so many things you can do. Be creative, laugh, do things that you never really get to do with them. There are so many things you can do. Right, my 9th advice is, remember, everything has an end. Sooner or later, everything comes to an end, and so will this situation. And as you know from your own experiences, in every crisis, we learn and we become stronger. Every crisis brings a chance for growth. And my last advice is, focus on the positives, because every situation is as bad or as good as we evaluate it. So the more, as I mentioned before, the more we focus on the negatives, the more negative it will be. So be grateful for every single day that you have, and keep reminding yourself all the positives that still surround us. We are living in a country where the government cares for us. We are living in a country with a wonderful health system where people work so hard to be there for us, to save our lives. And it's not in every single country exactly as we are having it in ours. So recognize these things. These are all the positives. People are helping each other. People are there for each other. So what are any other benefits? I think we're doing something really amazing for the environment while all the cars are stopped and most of the transports are not moving. I have read the other day in Venice, the water is that clear and clean that people are able to see fish that they have not seen, that they have never ever seen in their lives. The swans returned back to Venice. And these are just only some benefits. So focus on all the benefits that are there happening right now. I know we can all get through this crisis, and it will make us all stronger. And what is most important is the mental health. So look after yourself. Make sure you take some time for yourself. Relax, meditate, be mindful, eat healthily, and do some exercise. That's the best thing you can do for yourself right now. So take care, all the best to you all, and see you soon. Bye bye.